This is uncharted territory, a brand new one for EA Sports Vancouver, Canada Earth. It is actually impressive that they've messed up probably over 1,000 times this year, and we're not even done yet. But normally whenever they make a mistake, the compensation is whatever's going to screw over the player base the most possible, with no regrets at all. But this time around, they have gone above and beyond with their compensation. It's the biggest compensation that they've ever given. And I'll be honest, it might actually be better if they just continued screwing us over, because what they've done here is insane. If you're looking to buy cheap and reliable FC24 coins, look no farther than my partner FUTLOOT, and use my code ELYYT, ELYYT, for an extra 6% at checkout. Today, I'm giving very important investment updates and new investments on Thunderstruck cards, FC Pro Live, Gold Metas, Informs, and Fodder cards, so make sure to stick around for that. But before we hop into it, boys, let's talk about the biggest compensation that EA have ever given in the history of Ultimate Team. And this is through the Thunderstruck Cruyff player item that had a Tiki-Taka playstyle instead of the Power Shot playstyle for the first few hours after the release of this Thunderstruck card. And with that, they are giving everybody who obtained the Cruyff player item through the transfer market before the update will be sent back their coins. Now, we don't have too much further update on this, but what we're basically gathering from this is that they're giving everyone who has already had 6 million coins plus for Cruyff all of those coins back. Everybody who bought Cruyff on the market with the wrong playstyle will get all the coins back, which means that from what we're seeing, they're going to get this Cruyff and they're going to get 6 million coins. So anybody who is trading with that Cruyff, let's say they bought a Cruyff, sold it, bought another Cruyff, sold it, bought another Cruyff, sold it, you could be getting 12 million, 18 million, 24 million coins from EA in compensation over the course of the next few days. And to be honest, I'm just jealous. I'm just jealous of everybody who traded with Cruyff, because if I had just decided to flip a couple Cruyff the other day, I would have gotten 12 million free coins, and that would have been really nice for the trading to glory. But let me know if you guys think that this was the right thing to do. There's a lot of people that are saying this is just the rich getting richer. Anybody who could already afford Cruyff has enough coins. They don't need a free 6 million. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. And is there anybody in my community who actually packed Cruyff or bought Cruyff off the market? Let me know, because you are in for a big payday. Let's talk about some investments with these investments and how they're going to be affected by this new promo, which is the radioactive promo. This radioactive promo is interesting because, as you can see, these cards, the radioactive players, already have 2 chemistry no matter what. It's almost like a hero card, but not quite. These cards get 2 chemistry by themselves. So anybody who's in this promo that might be from an off league could, 1, already be usable, and 2, bring up the prices of cards from that league. Now, you can also just go from a manager of that league or a player of that league, so managers could also be something to look at, especially manager league items. We'll see if that has any play in terms of tradability, but realistically, these cards are going to be very good for links. If we get an SBC card that's, let's say, from the Premier League, like this Croatian from Manchester City, which is probably Gvardiol or Kovacic, that card would probably bring up the price in general for all Premier League cards. Any Premier League metas might have a focus if there's a really good value SBC that comes out from the Prem, because people will shift their focus from whatever they've got into that league because it's super easy to link those cards and get this card on full chemistry. So I think that that could be something to look out for, is complement links during this promo. But how is that going to affect cards that already exist? Well, I don't think that this promo is going to bring too much supply onto the market. First of all, the cards and promos in general have been pretty tough to pack. I only packed 2 Thunderstruck cards, and I opened quite a lot of packs this week for Black Friday. I only packed 2 Thunderstruck cards. This promo is not going to be that much easier to pack, in my opinion, and on top of that, there's not as many packs being open, so I can't see these cards being super cheap in price, which means that with the market rising already, I think cards will go up. Now, Bernardo Silva here might be my worst investment I made this week. I got him for 75K, and I've got quite a few of them. He's like 72 or 73 right now, but I haven't panic sold. He has dropped. After tax, I'm losing like 8K on a card, or maybe 7K, which is not good. But I think that as these cards exit packs into this weekend, they should do well. But the cards that'll do even better are the cards that got dropped into the mini release, like Lauren Hemp. Lauren Hemp, Frimpong, then there was Joe Gomez, of course. I think there was also a card, who was the other one? Fakir, maybe? So there's a few of them that were dropped into the mini release on Sunday, or there was actually a couple mini releases for these Thunderstruck promos. I think these cards, and they've already risen a little bit, there's still opportunity to buy. If you haven't invested in Thunderstruck cards and you want to, go for the mini release cards like Fakir, like Joe Gomez, like Lauren Hemp. And if you haven't invested in Little, I think there's still opportunity for her to go up, but it will be a little bit because they play against Chelsea next week, who is actually top of the league. Arsenal are second. If Arsenal do win that game, this Little will go to 90 rated, and that card will automatically go to basically 50K because fodder cards for 90 rateds are 53,000 coins right now. And with a Player of the Month Griezmann coming out today, fodder is still going to be needed. Everybody loves Griezmann. If they keep that finesse shot plus on his card, that Griezmann card is going to be a very, very sought after squad building challenge, dropping probably shortly after this video goes up. So be on the lookout for Griezmann and maybe keep some Atletico Madrid or French links in the back of your mind. So those are cards that you might want to be looking at. Secondly, we've got a lot of purple on our transfer list still. I haven't sold anything other than some of the cards that were in Group A. I sold those on Monday when they got hyped up for Group A's games. But we're going to see Group B play here in a couple of days on the 4th of December. The 4th of December is going to be on Monday, and so we're going to see a lot of people watching that live stream to get the rewards and objectives, but we're also going to see a lot of hype for these FC Pro cards that are going to be active during this time, and a few of them that will be active on Group B. One of them is Talvin, who I got for 48,000 coins and 47,000 coins right there. Not bad at all. Locatelli's going to be active. I got for 43,000 coins. And then we've got a couple more on here like Karamo. Karamo we got for about 38 to 40,000 coins. And he was my main investment during this FC Pro Live series. He's up to over 60,000 coins right now. And so, as we've invested in the last 2 episodes, if you guys have been keeping up with the Trading to Glory, you've probably already invested in these. If you haven't been watching the last few episodes, do not worry, because there is going to be more opportunity. I'm going to show you that here in a second, but it might not be Group B. But if you guys haven't yet, hit that subscribe button right now because you don't want to miss out on any of these videos because as you guys can see, we had an incredible investment in the last 2 episodes. These cards have only been going up in price ever since, and it's adding up to probably over 1 million coins in profit just in purple right here with Karamo. He's going to be an incredible investment. We've got a few more Joe Gomez, and then I'm early investing in Group C, and that's where you guys can probably make your profit. So let's take a look at this team, FC Pro Live. The cards that you don't really want to look at are the cards that are already up in price a ton because they are hyped for Group B. These cards might go a little higher. You probably want to sell into the hype on Monday morning or right before their first match. You could wait until after their first match, see if they win the game, because last week what we saw from Mane was the pro player Hidalgo for Mane, he went 2-0 after his first couple games. He went from 400k to like 1 million coins, over 1 million coins. It could happen a little bit like that this week. I don't think it'll happen to that extreme, but for example, if Willian, if his pro player ended up going 2-0, I could see that card skying over 1 million coins as well. So it's something to keep in the back of the mind. Is it a risk you want to take? I've always been against taking these kinds of risks because every single time you hold an RTTK card into their game, they always seem to drop. And even if they do come out with a really big victory, it's few and far between. It's not worth the risk. With these cards, the pro players have 4 games to win 1 match for them to get an upgrade, so it's not as much of a risk, and it might be worth taking if you're a gambling man. This is kind of the time to do so. So I'm looking at cards right now like Phillips. This card is controlled by Tex. Tex is one of the best pro players in the scene. He's one of the most hyped up. You do have to wait a little longer for his games to be played, but at 112k, I got in at 98. And 100k, that card has been up to 130. I don't think it's the last time that we see that card close to 130. I think that easily gets over 120 again. And so if you're getting that for 109, 110, I honestly might buy more. Then you're looking at cards like Simakin. He plays in Group C, and his pro player is Anders Vergang. That kid is one of the most hyped up pros as well, and his game is sooner. So the return on investment at 23,000 coins, You could probably snipe or bid for 22. That card could be a good investment because I think that could be a very similar trend to Malin on the Group A, where Malin went from 18K all the way to 31,000 coins. I could see Samakin hitting 30K if the cards go the right way. Then you've got cards like, I wouldn't say Dele Alli just because his card has been a little bit less hyped up ever since he spiked and then came down. You can see cards like Ogbonna have continued to rise, Caramel has continued to rise, Talvin has continued to rise. Dele Alli, he's actually gone down like 2,000 or 3,000 coins. His card just doesn't seem all that hyped up. And then Willian, if he goes back under 800K, I'd buy another one of him. I've actually got one on my transfer list for 775 right now. So there's still opportunity on these cards. Let's go ahead and talk about fodder. I actually got a lot of comments on my last video about fodder because a few of you guys missed my Black Friday episodes when we sold. Now, of course, the 88 rated fodder, guys, that fodder didn't go up as much as we wanted because we got in at about 22,000 coins. We sold for about 26, which is great. We'll take those coins, but realistically, we were hoping that would go over 30,000 coins. But with how many lightning rounds came during Black Friday, it kept the price of this fodder a little bit lower. Our biggest successes were with the even higher rated, like De Bruyne, who we picked up quite a few of. I think I had about 25 on my transfer list. His card for about 59,000 coins shot up to 77,000 coins, which was spectacular. So not all of the fodder was bad, but if you got anything between the ratings of, I'd say 86 to 88, that was where we didn't see quite as much of a rise. Even 85s and 84s, which of course we didn't invest in, didn't work out too well because last year it didn't work out too well, so we didn't try it again this year. But last year in FIFA 23, 88 skyrocketed. This year, just not so much. So we sold our investments. I think we ended up making about 700K on fodder. We sold the lazy buyers all weekend, people doing the Dalglish SBC, people doing MBAPPE. But if you're somebody who's still holding this for some reason, what I would say is wait till this Griezmann SBC comes out, maybe try to sell to some lazy buyers today, but move on. Get in on some of these better investments because we're seeing a huge market rise right now on meta cards. Everything seems to be going up in price on the market. Van Dijk has gone from 143,000 coins to 188, 190,000 coins. He's probably not stopping there, but he is going back in pack. So that's something to consider. It could, plateau his rise momentarily. But we also have out-of-pack cards for Team of the Week, like Jude Bellingham, who I think is going to continue to go up. We've got a few investments on him. This card at 75K, I would buy at 75, but you can see that's a snipe. 78 is basically what he's going for, and he was 70K a couple days ago when we invested. He's only been going up. That's a card that's going to continue to rise. And what I'd say, guys, is that these cards will keep rising until probably mid-December. I think we have another week or two of a healthy market, which is why I'm not very liquid right now. I have 800,000 coins liquid on my game. 800,000 coins right now because I just want to have my coins and cards. Everything is going up in price in terms of the meta market. It's just about putting your coins in those out-of-pack cards that get good links or get good hype because they're dynamic. And with these FC Pro Live cards, of course, they're dynamic. With those Thunderstruck cards, of course, those are dynamic as well. As you can see right now, Lewandowski's road to the knockout is 93 rated, which means it hasn't been upgraded quite yet, but he is going to get upgraded probably by the end of the day as long as EA aren't late. Every single week on Friday after European games like Conference League, Europa League, and Champions League, these cards get upgrades. And normally they do it a little later in the day, but we'll see. It's kind of random every time they upgrade these cards, but we do know that they're supposed to do it on Fridays, and today is Friday. So we're looking at Lewandowski going from 93 to 94, Saka 90 to 91, Diaz 88 to 89. I'd get familiar with some of these cards, study their prices. As you guys can see by the card of Robert Lewandowski, he's 564K right now. He's a little bit expensive. You can see over the course of the last week or so, he's only been on his way up, as has most of the market, right? So this card is rising because it is meta and it is pretty high rated, good to use, and he's going to get an upgrade. So we're seeing over the course of the last few hours, he's gone from about 540 all the way to 560. So you're paying a premium right now. The question is, could this card go higher? And I think it really comes down to what kind of upgrade do we get. So today, keep an eye on these RTTK cards. If they boost a Lewandowski from 93 to 94, but they give him like 84 or 85 pace for some reason, then yeah, I could see this card spike up in price because the card is just that much better. Keep an eye on these cards. Normally, the cards will go down after their upgrade because they just got over-invested in. I genuinely don't think too many of these cards that are getting upgraded have been over-invested in. It's not investments that I've made too much so far. I'm looking at them today, and I think I'm going to wait until they get upgraded. I'm going to go ahead and look at this entire list that you see on your screen here. I'm going to say, if that card got an upgrade that actually does make him so much more usable, so much more meta, then I'm going to go ahead and rash invest in those cards, which means invest quickly after those upgrades and see if I can make some coins off of them. This is more risky, of course, but it could work out as we've seen in previous upgrades. Like that Kolo Muani FC Pro Live just from a couple days ago, he's gone up 150,000 coins ever since he got upgraded. So it's definitely worth a shot, right? And then the last thing we're going to talk about in today's video is a Maestro Radioactive Evolution, which is set to come to Ultimate Team. It makes me think we're going to get center mids and center attacking mids as requirements for this. When we look at the front page of FUTBIN, normally we can see if there's going to be any cards that are going to be really good for this promo. And the only card that really pops up right now is this Anderson Talisca at center forward. Is it going to be one of those cards that are used in this evolution? I have no idea. It could be, it could not be. We have no info on it yet. It doesn't seem like anybody really has too much info on this because when we look at some of the cards on the market right now, I'll go ahead and get rid of my camera so you can see it better. But we're looking at rises on mostly, high-rated metas, the cards that we've invested in, and nothing that really stands out as a maestro, I guess you could say. These aren't really maestro players. They haven't seen huge rises. And normally, whenever we get a leak like this, these cards, they shoot up in price. Cards go from 800 coins to like 8,000 coins out of nowhere, and you're like, that's suspicious. We haven't seen that yet, but we do have an evolution coming. Anyways, that's it for today's video. A little bit longer, but if you've enjoyed the longer episode, go ahead and let me know down in the comments just by typing long episode hype. That's all I need from you guys. It helps the video because engagement helps the video do better. So if you've enjoyed the Trading to Glory series, that would mean a ton to me. You can drop a like and subscribe if you want to go the extra mile, and I will see you guys again in the next one. Peace out.